Good morning children. Today for grade 6 we are going to see coding sandpit. It is our skill subject. In this class we are going to see chapter number 13. It is graphs and trees. We are going to see chapter number 14. It is graphs and trees. So what is graph? Find out the different routes to go to school from your home. We have to find out the different routes that will help us to go from from our home to the school. When you look at the routes, we can find the shortest routes. So if we are thinking about the different routes from our home to school, we can find out the some different path from our home to school. So with the help of that smallest route, we can easily reach the school. So we have to find out the different route to go to school from your home. So when we are looking at the route, we can easily able to find the shortest route. Look at this picture. We can able to see the three shapes A, B and C. So we have to think from A to B, B to C, again C to A. Which is the shortest path to reach from A to C? So we can directly reach from A to C. Suppose if we are going from A to B and then C, it will take some time. So we have to move from A to C directly. So A to B, B to C is difficult path. We can directly move from A to C. Suppose if we want to go from B to C, we can move directly. So this is the shortest path. So the diagram that represent the information are called as graph. So the diagrams used for representing the information. In the previous diagram, we have seen three different paths. So if we want to reach from A to C, we can directly go from A to C. Suppose if we are moving from A to B then to C, it is the longest path. So if you add more information like distance, time taken to the graph, like the distance, travel, etc., it is called as weighted graph. Suppose if we are adding extra information, what are the extra information? Distance. What is the distance? How many kilometer it takes to reach your home from school, or the time taken. So how many hours it is required to go from your home to school? It is called as weighted graph. It is called as weighted graph. So the diagrams that represent the information are called as graphs. Diagrams that represent the information are called as graphs. So if we add more information like distance, time taken to travel are called as weighted graph. It is called as weighted graph. When a path goes from a particular point back to itself, it forms a cycle. When a path goes from a particular point back to itself, it forms a cycle. So if a path, for example, you are going to school, then you are starting from your home, going to school, again reaching your home. It is a cycle because you are finally coming to the starting point. It is a cycle. You are going from home to school, from school to park to play with your friend, and from there to return to your home. So this can be represented through a cycle diagram, because home, school, park, again you are returning to your home. It is a cycle. Suppose if you go to your friend's home, it is not a cycle, because you have not started in your friend's home. You have started only in your home. It is a cycle. So when a path goes from a particular point back to itself, it forms a cycle. Suppose a path is starting at a point and reaching somewhere, again the final point is the same. It is a cycle. You are going from home to school, from school to park to play with your friends, and from there you are going to your home. It is represented as a cycle diagram. Like graph trees is also used to simplify the representation. Let us take the example of classification of animals. Each animal can belong to only one category. Here we are taking the classification of animals. So each animal will take either only one category. Suppose it will take vertebrate or non-vertebrate, because it will belong to only one category. So classification of animals, it is vertebrates and another one is invertebrates. So invertebrates we are having warm-blooded, cold-blooded. Invertebrates we are having joint leg without legs. So warm-blooded animals are mammals and birds. Cold-blooded animals are fish, reptiles and amphibians. Then jointed legs with 3 pair of legs, more than 3 pair of legs, without leg, warm leg and not warm leg. So mammals, what are the mammals? Bear, tiger, whale. So these are called as mammals. Birds, ostrich, peacock and eagle. Fish item, salmon, goldfish, guppi. Then reptile, turtle, crocodile and snake. Amphibians, frog, toad, newt. Then 3 pair of legs. Which one have 3 pair of legs? Ant, cockroach and ladybug. So these will have 3 pair of leg. Then more than 3 pair of leg, scorpion, spider and millipede. Scorpion, spider and millipede. Worm-like animals, worm-like invertebrate, earthworm and leech. Then not worm-like, fluke worm and tapeworm. So these are called as invertebrate animals. Animals are classified into two types. One is vertebrate and another one is invertebrate. Again, vertebrates are classified into warm-blooded and cold-blooded. Invertebrates into jointed leg and without legs. Warm-blooded mammals and birds. Cold-blooded fish, reptiles and amphibians. Jointed leg, 3 pair of leg, more than 3 pair of leg. Then without leg, warm leg and not warm leg. So this is the classification of animals. With this classification, it is a tree diagram. So with the help of this tree diagram, we can easily able to understand. Yes or no? Because tree diagram will help us to understand which are classified into what type of category, vertebrate or it is invertebrate, warm-blooded, cold-blooded, jointed legs or without jointed legs. Okay children, we are moving to chapter number 15. It is introduction to searching numbers. Introduction to searching numbers. Suppose if we would like to search a number in a given set of number, we will look at each and every number and then we will find out the number. Is or no? Yes. So if we want to find a number from a given set of numbers, we will search each and every number. Suppose there are 12 numbers in a set, we will search, we want to search the number 22. We will check each and every number and we can able to find out the number 22. So a computer searches for a given number very similar to how we are searching. Computer can also search the numbers like human beings. It will read one number at a time from the given list of numbers. How does it read? It read one number at a time from a given list of numbers. It will compare the given number with each number. So it will compare the given number with each number. Suppose if we want to search the number 4, it takes number 1 and checks whether it is number 4. It takes number 2 whether it is number 4. So likewise it will compare each and every number. So if we want to search a number in a set, we will look at each and every number. Computers also will do the same thing. So it will read only one number at a time. How many numbers it reads? It reads only one number at a time. So it will compare the given number with the each and every number and it will find out the number. If the number is found, it will stop searching the number. This process is called linear search. Suppose it wants to find the number 4. If it have reached the number 4, it will stop searching. It is called linear search. But in some of the cases, there will be a problem that the number will not be found. In some cases, the number will not be there. So the time will be wasted as it is a worst case. So if we want to search the number 4, it will search each and every number. But if the number is not found, it is a waste of time. If the number is found, it will stop searching. It is a linear search. But in some cases, there will be a problem. The number will not be found. So the time will be wasted as it is a worst case because we have not identified the number. It belongs to you, but your friend use it more. What it is? So we are moving to a game, children. It is a mind game. We have to think. So it belongs to you, but your friends use it more. What it is? Let us see the answers, children. So it is nothing but what? It is your name. What has hands and face but can't hold anything? or smile? What it is, children? Can you able to guess the answer? Find out, children. What two things can you never eat for breakfast? You have to find what has hands and a face but can't hold anything or smile. You have to find it, children. First one, your name. Second one, clock, because it has hands and face but can't hold anything. What two things you can never eat for breakfast? It is lunch and dinner. You will find me in Mercury, Earth, Mars and Jupiter, but not in Venus or Neptune. What am I? Note, children. You can find me in Mercury, Earth, Mars and Jupiter, but not in Venus or Neptune. Who am I? I am letter R. I am the letter R. So R is in Earth, Mars and Jupiter, but not in Venus and Neptune. Is there no, children? So it is Earth, Mercury, Mars. You can see the letter R, but not in Neptune and Venus. Okay, children, I hope so you have enjoyed the class, children. So we have learned some conditionals, and we have also we have learned about some different type of graph and path. So in that we can able to easily identify the distance, path, time traveled, etc. So these are called as weighted graph. Okay, children, I hope you have understood this chapter. You have to complete the book back activity for this chapter, children. Thank you, children.